Women really gave up on marriage a lot too soon. Okay, marriage was the best thing ever for women. It is an amazing thing for men too, because it civilizes them, it cultures them, it teaches them to be protectors of their family and to take care of people and to think beyond themselves and to think beyond their generation. Women gave up in marriage a way to teach men to do those things. And also, women gave up the idea that a commitment was going to come along with this intimacy. And let's be real about this. I mean, every scientific study ever done has shown that women actually do have better sex in the context of committed relationships. All of the crap that you see in Cosmo magazine about sleeping with 100 guys and being sexually happy is just garbage. It is just sheer unadulterated garbage.
Who would have thought? I mean, the emotional sex or the emotional gender that likes to have an emotional connection before sex would have better sex in a committed, emotionally fueled relationship. Instead of emotionless hookup culture, one night stands, pure physical nature that men like, that women don't. Who would have thought? This is crazy. Man, women are going backwards in every aspect of dating, relationships, and marriage. All three phases. You're dating wrong, your relationships are wrong, and ultimately your marriage skills are wrong too. And it's like you're trying to climb this ladder from just like meeting people and going on dates. And then
here's what makes it worse is that at first it seems to work, right? Like you think you're having fun and you think it's okay because you've been told it's okay. And everybody else that you know is also doing the same thing. And you're fun young phase. And you're beautiful. Yes. Right? So you can keep doing that for a while, but it's not going to last, right? And by the time you do get to the point where you are ready for something significant, there may be too much emotional damage.
Right. It's the illusion of look at how well it's working because all these men want me. It's easy to get a man. For a woman, it's hard to keep him. But when she's so young and having fun, she's not concerned with keeping a man. Right? So she's like, oh my God, I have every man at my fingertips that I could ever want. I'll just pick one later. You can't. It doesn't work that way. Men pick. You're going to be left like, oh my God, I want a ring. I want a marriage. I want to be a stay-at-home wife. I want kids. You want a lot of things that takes you being a completely different person, a whole different skill set to achieve and get. But all you've ever done is sharpen the skills of how to get a man, which is not even a skill. Open your legs up at a bar,
come here.
Right? And they'll take turns on you. That's how easy it is. So you weren't even taught anything. Meanwhile, the men you want had to be taught how to be those men. They were created. They weren't born, forged. You know, they had to go through school. They had to get a highly demanding job, a rare skill set. They had to make a ton of money. They had to learn how to speak to women. They had to learn how to be charming. They had to learn to do a lot of things to get in that highly valued position in life. Of course, they're going to demand highly of the women that they're going to settle with to share all the things they've ever worked hard for, which requires a woman that is obviously very feminine, nurturing, can turn a house into a home, loves kids, does well with kids even before having them, right? All these qualities, has other like hobbies that women used to have, traditional women. Right. And then you're now left, the quote, modern women came and boil water, right?
But she's got a expensive bag, right?
She's got a Chanel bag.
That's the thing. I think a lot of women, we've given up on the qualities that a man can't buy, right? Exactly. The qualities that we should be promoting within ourselves that are the most valuable.
Exactly.
I don't relate to most of y'all because a lot of you look at people like Ari and Jada, beautiful girls, but like, that's your goals. That's what you want to be like. Goals for me is the mom that pulls up to Whole Foods in the brand new Escalade with the Mima Zari stroller. Her kids are decked out head to toe. She's decked out Lululemon head to toe. And it's like 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. You know she don't got no job, but she's living her best life. Like, that's my goal.
Living her best life. Yes.
Right? That stroller's like 20 racks. If that's not the ultimate form of winning for women, you got kids, you got all the necessities in life literally dripping off of you.
I mean, it may not be for every woman. I think there are some really type A women that are just going to excel in a career and that's what makes them happy. And I think that's amazing. Mm-hmm. I want women to be represented in, you know, whatever, everything.
Right.
But I think what's happening is that too many women are being told that this is not right.
Right. And not all women are capable of that high-strung type A type of woman to excel in the career path she did. Because it's like what me and you had the conversation about this. There are few women, there are some just by nature, chance, right? Statistics that there are some women that are highly capable and are working in the same environments, high pressure environments as men and outperforming them. Right. And then maybe working like a bunch of men know for a boss that is not deserving of said position or incompetent in some way. But they see this as a gender thing too, because it's like, I'm the only woman here and I'm crushing it. I'm killing all my peers in performance metrics. And my boss is an idiot. I could do his job 10 times better. All right. And then she gets the whole girl power thing, rightfully so, for that specific set of women. And she's thinking, well, if all women were given a chance, they would probably do as good as me. Or faces the glass ceiling that women have in business, right? She goes, I can't advance in my career because I'm a woman. It's the old boys club. And it's true. It exists in those high end jobs, right? So she goes, I'm being stopped because I'm a woman. And if more women were given a chance, they can do what I can do. But women don't compete on a very physical nature since birth so that they can see the genetic influences, right? Like men will fight with each other as boys, right? Wrestle, all this stuff. So men from a very young age through competition, sports and all this will learn that some men are better. Some men are faster than you. Some men are stronger than you. Some boys, when you're little, can wrestle better and you have a better technique, can hit a ball better than you, can climb better than you.
Can easily recognize there's a hierarchy.
We build a hierarchy based on physicality as young boys, right? Women never do this. They're never on the playground like back in the day and we're picking teams for basketball or baseball and the best get picked on the other teams to keep it even, and then some of the shittier guys that suck at the said sport are last picked, and then you pick two crappy ones here and then two crappy ones, and we try to keep it as even as possible because we could make the team of the 5 best guys that will crush the 5 worst ones. To keep it fun though, we even it out. We're building a hierarchy to where everybody benefits, so we all have a good time because it becomes beneficial to keep the game close and not a blowout. We're learning the hierarchy of genetic differences. So when we go into business and create companies and all that, men already know how to assign strengths to certain people and others may not have. So a woman a high-powered woman like this in the workforce doesn't have this experience in childhood to fall back on. And because she sees the glass ceiling and using her own experience of I'm a woman and this is why all this is happening, she'll just assume, because not having the competitive spirit in the childhood, that all women are capable at whatever job she's doing in the same manner she is. She's never compared other women, mentally in that nature. At a sport. She's never played, let's say, with other women in the way boys do. So she didn't see those differences of like, hey, I may be smarter than a bunch of...
Some of us suck?
Yeah, exactly. Some women just suck, but she didn't see that.
Or that we have different interests that aren't going to include chasing a career in the corporate world. That we are okay with, being a stay-at-home mom or a business owner or something different. But in general, the childhood experience, she never saw that difference and how wide the gap could be. Mm-hmm. So she just assumes, well, all women should be capable like me. Right. But they're not. So then you have... capable at that specific thing, right?
Right. And in that amount too, like that high functioning amount. Because there are women that can do jobs plenty fine, just like men, but there are very few that can do them as well and better, right? At the highest levels. So they're imparting that on all women. So no, girl, don't stay at home.
Or I think there are also few women that would even want to be in that world where you have to work the long hours, or that you do have a boss, or that it takes away from your family time. Exactly.
Yeah. It's just, again, this is what I was trying to say earlier. Thank you. Is this that there's a very small sliver of those women that are high performing compared to the rest that overwhelmingly would love to stay at home and just be moms and be okay with it.
Right. And it's not even like a second place kind of thing. It's a different interest, period.
Exactly. Yeah.